What's up guys, Brian Black, welcome back to a new video. So today we're going to be learning all about how to physically escalate on a girl. So I have my girl Monica here with me and we're going to teach you everything you need to know. That way you can go out, implement it, and start getting results today. Alright, but before we jump into this, Monica has something she wants you guys to do right now, so tell them.
Like and subscribe to it, and becoming a god.
So like the video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and if you're interested in learning more, get the product Becoming a God. The link is going to be below this video. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the video right now. Alright, so the first principle is you want to get the interaction started physically as soon as you possibly can. And the reason you want to do that is because the frame that you start the interaction in continues the rest of the interaction. You don't want to be 30 minutes into a girl and then finally go to making it more physical, making it more man to woman. You just want to go ahead and get it started as soon as possible. That way you can avoid being creepy. That way you can avoid the awkwardness of like, oh, what does this guy want? So let me show you what that would look like. Let me show you a really simple way that you can go about doing it. So let's say you're walking down the street, you see a girl, you want to talk to her, you're in a nightclub. The good thing about this is this applies to both. All you really have to do is just walk up, hey, I'm Brian, and then you just pull her into you like that. And as you notice, we're super close. I'm holding her. It's physical. It already conveys a little bit of sexual intent. And the thing is, you guys aren't going to have to speak to a camera while you're doing it. You're going to be able to just look at the girl, focus, look in her eyes, and maybe after that, you can pull her in a little bit. You can take her hand, put it on your shoulder, put your hand on her back, pull her in, and then you can get very intimate very quickly. Now let's jump into the second principle, which is how to escalate and how to move it forward. So what you want to be looking for are red, green, and yellows. So a red is like if I go to hug her and she pulls away, like pull away. Like if I go in to hug her and she's just like that. Like that is a red. And what you want to do on a red is you actually want to take a step back and then treat it like it's not that big of a deal and then just continue chatting. Like if we're chatting about her work, let's say she's like a puppy breeder and I'm like, okay, cool, so like what puppies do you breed? Then I go in and then she pulls back. I'll be like, oh yeah, anyways, like I had a puppy growing up. Like you don't want to make it a big deal. You don't want to be like, oh my god, like pull away real quick. Like you don't want to be like, oh my god, like I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to make you feel creepy. Because whenever you do that, you're just focusing on it, you're highlighting it, and she might not necessarily know why she pulled back, but by you rationalizing it for her, she's going to be like, oh yeah, like that was creepy. And then it's just going to take you down a really bad path. So that moves us into greens. And greens are very simple. Obviously, like let's say I go to put my arm out and she comes in, that's a green. So on a green, all she's saying is that she's also interested. She's also like ready for you to escalate. What most guys will do is they'll just match the level. But what I do, and this is what allows me to be able to pull girls within like 5 minutes of meeting them, or allows me to be able to like make out with a girl within 30 seconds, is whenever you get a green, you actually want to escalate it one step further. So let's say like I go up, pull her in. What I could do is I could just pick her up right after that. Or even like if I pull her in, I can just be like, yo. And then boom, you're making out with her. All right, so that's a green wrapped up. So let me show you guys how you can stack a green off the open. So once again, I'm gonna walk up, shake her hand. So she's already holding onto my hand. If I pull her in, she comes in, another green. I can spin her. Look at her body, she spinned, another green. I can take her hand, put it right there. And just like that, we're kissing. And that's within moments of meeting each other. Now, I've known her for a while. We've been very intimate for a long time. But this is something that I've also done numerous times with girls that I've met. New girls, she's seen it, she's been there some of the times, and it's something that works. So understand that when you have greens and you continue to get greens, you can escalate on the greens. But let's say like, so what I want you to do is like, I'm gonna pull you in, you're gonna come in, and then I'm gonna try to spin you, and you're not gonna spin, okay? So let's say you get a green, and like I walk up, she takes my hand, she comes in, I go to spin her, she doesn't spin, right? So I would just let go. I wouldn't continue pushing that, because her not spinning is just a sign of like, okay, like don't escalate any further. To continue escalating on that comes off really socially uncalibrated, and it's gonna make the girl not feel comfortable with you. Because imagine like if you try to spin a girl and she doesn't want to spin, but you keep forcing it. So don't force whenever you get reds shortly after a greens. All right, so that brings us on to yellows. So what a yellow is just indifference. It's neither good or bad. And so you need to understand that it's not a bad thing that you're getting yellows. Most of the time, a yellow is just a girl letting you know that she's not necessarily ready for what you're doing, or she's kind of not caught up to speed, or she just needs a little bit more time to feel you out. Like you get a lot of yellows with shy girls, especially like fobby Asian girls, where you like put your arm around them and they won't necessarily reply. I mean, they won't move away. Like she's tucked into my arm right now. I could keep my arm here for a while, but it's not something that you can escalate on. And so what you want to do with yellows is you want to, like, if you get a yellow, it's good because you conveyed your physical intent. You conveyed that you're a man who isn't afraid to touch a girl, but you don't want to like let it linger forever. So what I would do is, like, if I put my arm around her, she didn't come in, I would just take it back after like a little bit, and then maybe later on I would try something else. Maybe I'd spin her. All right, she spin, that's a green. So I could escalate off of that. But with yellows, you just kind of want to just literally just chill out, not make that big of a deal over it. All right, so like I said, with yellows, you just want to take it in as information that you need to spend a little bit more time with the girl, and then later on maybe try something different. Like maybe a girl is indifferent to you, like putting your arm around her, but she's not indifferent to you, like let's say 5 minutes later, like just going in for the kiss. Like I've actually had a couple situations where a girl won't, like literally will not hold my hand. Like if I go to like lead her somewhere, she won't hold my hand, and I'm thinking like, what the fuck, like this chick is not down. And then I make out with her, and then I end up fucking her. And then I'm like, yo, why wouldn't you hold my hand? And she goes, it's because like I only do that with a boyfriend. So understand that just because you get a yellow or you get a red, it doesn't mean that the girl doesn't want you to touch her. It doesn't mean that she doesn't want you to physically escalate on her. You might just need to try something different. So to quickly recap this video, and once again, what did they do?
Subscribe, like it, and get the product.
Yeah, so if you like the video, subscribe, give it a thumbs up. So let's move on to the recap. Greens are really good signs, like put my arm around her, she puts her arm around me. Maybe she even comes a little bit closer like that, and that's like a really good green. And then on greens, you want to take it a step further. So you want to escalate it a step further. Now let's move, now yellows. So yellows, it's like I put my arm around her, she's indifferent. So what you want to do is just hold it for a little bit and then let go, and then later on try something different. Maybe like, I don't know, like dance with her or some shit. I don't know, we don't really dance that much, do we?
Nope.
But you can do that. And then for reds, like if I put my arm around her and she like run. Like if I put my arm around her and she's like repulsed and she's like shaking me off, then you immediately want to drop what you're doing and then just like take a step back, be chill about it, and then just keep talking, and then later on try something different. But if you get too many reds, it might just be worth moving on to a new girl. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again,
Like it, subscribe to it, and buy the product.
yes, so thank you guys for watching. We are gonna go have a wonderful night together. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, like the video. If you want to learn more about getting girls and how to become a fucking god, get the product Becoming a God, and I'll see you guys in that as well. Adios. Bye-bye.